There's a very specific strategy to use when you want to get better at bodyweight exercises. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what it is. Now for today, we're really just going to be talking about the main three: pull-ups, push-ups, and dips, because those are the ones people tend to care about the most. They're the most effective. They're the ones that are going to apply the most to this strategy. And quite frankly, I talk a lot about kettlebells, and these three exercises are really good at rounding out and hitting the areas that kettlebells are a little notoriously bad at hitting. This is the strategy that I've used in my entire 19 years of working out. I've used it with hundreds of clients and with thousands of people on Project Bellplex. It's worked for them, it's worked for me, it's gonna work for you. The main way that people will tend to add these exercises into their programming is by adding them in as any other exercise. So let's say you're doing 4 full body workouts a week. Dips will go on Monday, pull-ups will go on Wednesday, and push-ups will go on Friday. Now, you can definitely see results doing this as long as your progressions are in place. So you're increasing reps, you're increasing sets, or increasing weight for each of the exercises. So again, that's not a bad way to do it. But if your goal is to really improve your ability to do those 3 exercises, then I do think it's wrong. See, here's where everybody messes up pull-ups, push-ups, and dips. When you really want to get better at them, you need to treat them like a skill, not an exercise. I use the same analogy all the time. If you want to get better at jumping rope, would you do 20 minutes of jumping rope once a week, or would you jump rope for 3 minutes every single day? If you want to get better at a skill, you get way better, way quicker by doing a little bit consistently as opposed to just one big chunk once a week. Pull-ups, push-ups, and dips are 100% a skill, and when they get treated as such, you will see exponential growth in them. Now the reason they're a skill is because there's a lot more to them than just the primary muscles that are being worked. A lot of this comes down to core strength, body awareness, and just the full tension you need throughout the entire body that's needed to do these exercises efficiently. See, this is why just doing a bunch of bench pressing isn't going to make you some dip and push-up pro. And why doing a ton of lat pull downs isn't gonna make you some pull-up master. They'll definitely help, they won't give you that exponential improvements that you're looking for. See, it is a skill to learn how to squeeze and embrace your glutes, your quads, your lower abs, your upper abs, lats, shoulder blades, and all of that while doing a dip and a push-up, which you need in those exercises. It's not just your chest and triceps working. And the similar concept goes for pull-ups. It's not just your lats working. Now, yes, of course, some of this is strength. I'm not denying that. And at the end of the day, there are going to be people who just don't have enough core strength to properly do these exercises. But it is in large part a skill. Because quite frankly, you already know how to squeeze your abs and your core as tight as you possibly can. And if you don't believe me, let me punch you in the stomach as hard as I can. I'm sure you're gonna squeeze your abs pretty damn tight. But it's learning how to embrace and squeeze all of that and keep it embraced and squeezed while doing reps of a push-up, pull-up, or dip, and not losing all of that tension. See, that's the tough part, and that is the skill, which you will get much better at as you practice consistently and not just once a week. So your secret to becoming a pull-up, push-up, and dip pro is by doing a few sets every day, or 5 times a week, because I know what you're thinking, and technically, yes, you can overdo this. But the key is to just be doing a little bit every day or 5 times a week. You're not doing 5 to 6 sets to failure every time. You're doing a few sets of fairly manageable reps with whatever variation you need to maintain good form and full range of motion. So that means if you need to add a band to your dips or pull-ups, go ahead and do so. If you need to elevate your hands onto a box or a bench for your push-ups, you can do that as well. And if you can do a few unassisted reps, then sprinkle those in the mix as well. And now that I think about it, I should probably just make another video laying out exactly how to do this process. But I'll save that for another day. In the meantime, treat your pull-ups, push-ups, and dips like a skill, practice them consistently, and watch great things happen. Combine them with some kettlebells, and you've got yourself a beautifully well-rounded program that's not gonna take up a ton of space, not need a lot of equipment, and not need a ton of time. I'll see you next time.